Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. Today we've got another little goodie that came in the Dungeons and Lasers Kickstarter, at least the second one, but is available in the third one or the Pledge Manager, whichever is going on at the time you watch this. But today we're going to take a look at Durkar, the Sovereign Serpent. So this right here is the biggest plus to me, and one of the reasons I'm excited to put this together is the fact that it's actually a hard plastic kit. 15mm base, 165mm tall, and according to the box, easily assembled. We'll see. Some of the earlier plastic kits that Archon was busy putting out both during the Chronicle X campaign and their Dungeons and Lasers and Ramparts, while they were easy to build, I had a hard time getting the parts off the sprues. I'm curious to see if things are a little bit easier with our friend Durkar here. So having built quite a variety of kits that both Archon has produced themselves or manufactured for others, I feel pretty confident in saying that the quality of their plastics has continued to improve. And honestly and truly, that's something I really would like to see continue across our hobby, because obviously the more competition and the more experience that companies get, the more that we as hobbyists and gamers are going to have available in our hands. So we have two full sprues, and I gotta say, for the most part, it's not tons and tons of pieces. That can be either a plus or a negative. Wingspan looks pretty good. Looks to be like it was probably designed about the same time as the Chronicle X models. If you haven't seen, I already put up a video of that pretty recently. You can see what those are like. So you can see the contacts where the sprue and the parts touch. Some of them are pretty big. You're going to need a nice sturdy pair of clippers, I think. Whereas some of their newer kits, or at least chronologically as, you know, in terms of when they were manufactured and designed, I'd say their parts have a lot smaller contact points. Some of these are kind of thin, but then some of them, you know, are kind of thick. So do be aware, none of the pieces look super, you know, small and delicate, with the exception of maybe the claws, but thankfully the claws only have one real contact point. And I do appreciate the fact that they have an arrow pointing to where the piece is. That's a big pet peeve of mine with plastic kits, where you have no clue where things are supposed to go. I do also like that the fact that the instructions are in color and we have a step-by-step guide, but each piece is differently colored to hopefully facilitate, obviously, if you have color viewing issues, that might be a problem, but at least you've got the numbers there to take you step by step. And honestly, it doesn't look too complex outside of the flames, I'd say. I think I could probably get away with building this just looking at the picture here on the front, but it is nice to actually have some step-by-step directions. But like I said, I think outside of maybe just the flames on his fire breath there, I don't think I'd have too much problems. And I gotta say, I am absolutely excited about the Woodhaven stuff. I put my pledge in quick. I wanted those giant demons, but the lure of a bunch of plastic townsfolks and scenery elements definitely helped persuade me there. So we'll have that link down below if you guys are curious about it. I know they're going to have those late pledges lasting for quite some time, so if you're curious about it, do check it out. But I'm going to go get this sucker built, and we'll see how he turns out, so sit tight. Alright folks, we got Durkar all put together here. Woo, and I'm about to drop him and watch him shatter other things on the table here. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this kit. Not too complex, not too obnoxious in terms of putting bits together. Everything really seemed to fit where it was supposed to. You'll notice there's not any major, huge, noticeable gaps, I guess, other than there's a little bit one there in his forehead. And you'll notice he's got his tongue sticking out. I didn't realize it while I was building, but there actually is the option of having either or. Now, if I was smart, what I would have done is leave out the tongue so that I could have the flame effect, pop it in and out, leave a little bit of blue tack in there or something. But no, he's just going to be lolling at everybody, rolling his tongue around. I was worried, I will admit, about his balance, but I gotta say, with the way the wings are and the way the tail is, everything seems to work out pretty well. I mean, I can tip him around, he's not going to actually fall, and I haven't actually fully glued him to that base yet either, which is quite surprising. But you can see here, as I'm attempting to knock him over without doing it like some kind of, you know, elementary school game we're playing at recess or something. He doesn't want to fall over, so that's a really good sign. I was very concerned about that, and that does make me feel a little bit more confident about picking up some more of the dragons that Archon has produced. I know I've got one coming with my Dungeons and Lasers Woodhaven pledge, which, you know, obviously at the time I'm filming this hasn't been sent out yet. And I would also like, just as a quick point, remind everybody that if you want any of that stuff from the previous Dungeons and Lasers campaigns, obviously this is very topical at the time that I am filming and putting this up, but they were going to be finishing off the rapid delivery of previously made stuff on July 20th of 2021. So if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past. But anyway, so obviously the dragons are going to be included in that. If you would rather spend a little bit more on shipping and get that stuff sent to you early, that's always an option, but there's always the actual web shop as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to start seeing these guys end up in regular retail distribution. I think they're really nice kits. To me, this is like the perfect size dragon. Now, I know there's obviously much bigger ones. We all know that. But to me, this is like the perfect size. The body itself isn't too large. The wings, good size. I'm at the point, both space-wise and patience-wise, where I just can't handle the big, massive Reaper dragons. I can't get them done anymore. It's just too much for me. So this, to me, is a really nice alternative. It's in plastic, and I like to build things, if you haven't noticed on this channel. So to me, that's a big plus. Let's see here. Getting some other models just to give you guys a good sense of scale. So like I said, it really strikes me as about the perfect balance in terms of how big and how small it should be. Obviously, it looks like it's going to be a good sized threat to a typical tabletop adventuring party. We had to throw another one of our Archon plastic guys in here from their star side. And I think these guys are actually available too. These are plastic kits that have a couple of options that I haven't painted yet. I need to fix that. Color suggestions, anybody, somebody, let me know what you think. Also for the dragon, I'm thinking red, but I have a reputation for painting literally everything red, so that's made me kind of hesitant, but I don't know. He seems like a red dragon. And also the treasure on the base, I thought was a really cool touch. So yeah, overall, fun little kit. Hopefully we will see some of these popping up at retail, because I think it really would be a nice kit to show off. It's not super complex. In fact, I think if I get another one, I might let my kids take a shot at putting it together. Obviously, there is going to be some cleanup necessary because of the contact points on the sprue, but I got to say that's something at the very least Archon seems to be stepping up their game on with a lot of the stuff that they've been manufacturing and producing for other companies since this guy's original release. So that bodes well, and hopefully with the stuff coming out with the third Dungeons and Lasers campaign, we're going to see even bigger leaps and bounds in terms of improvement of how parts connect on both the sprue and with each other. So, if you haven't had a chance, I'll put a link down below to both Archon's actual web shop as well as the Dungeons and Lasers page if you guys want to take a look at that and get in on the goodies while you still have a chance. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.